So here we are in my studio, and I'm upstairs in a barn structure building, and I am a teacher, and I teach 6 students at a time, and over here along the wall are places for 6 people to be taught at the same time. I teach classes all from beginning all the way up to advanced classes. Of course, I'm not doing that right now during this period, but I'm going to be trying to do some online classes, so I'm working on that. Over here, I have some tools. This is my rolling mill that I use almost every day. And then over here is another workbench where I have some of my other heavier tools, including a heavy vise bench vise that I use. And then over here, I have some soldering stations for 3 people, so 3 people can be working at the same time. I use an acetylene oxy tank right here, and I've got one over here, and then there's one underneath as well. You might think that I have lunch in the other crock pot, but it's not. It's for chemicals for what I do in here. And then over here is my workbench where I spend most of my time designing and making all my jewelry from scratch. And I have a couple of pieces that I can show you today. I'm working on a piece that has to do with the coronavirus that's going on right now. And everything I have in this line of work has been named, and this one has been named Stay at Home. You can see that it's a little house. I have some sterling silver that's I have applied 24 karat gold foil to, which is a Korean technique called kimbu, and I use pieces of this in the work that I'm working on now. I'm working on a couple pairs of earrings over here. And over here I have some finished pieces that I want to show you. Like I say, I'm designing a line of work, and I'm calling it COVID-19 art. And I made about 10 pieces. I've sold several of them, but these are the pieces that I have left. This one is called It's All About the Numbers, and it has a little number sign underneath that little square piece of gold. And then I have the ring, and this one is called Flattening the Curve. You can see the curve in there. It has a little piece of gold on the top. And this little hollow form, box form, and these are all made from scraps that I already had on my bench. So I've just been using up everything that I can. And this one is called Windows into a New World. And the last piece I have is this one, and these are all sterling silver that have been oxidized, and this one is called Physical Distancing. And they all have a little bit of gold on them too. So those are my lines of work, my line of work right now. So thank you for watching, and